A new stoush is brewing between the government and the Waitangi Tribunal. A 450-page report released in the small hours of this morning blames successive governments over the last couple of decades for the slow demise of the language. It goes as far as to say the treaty may have been breached. Mei Chen, who acted for the Kohanga National Trust, had this to say earlier.
The current government policy does not properly accommodate the special and unique role of Kohanga Reo. Look, it's about language preservation. It's not just about educational achievement. Both can be achieved, but at the moment the focus is on educational achievement. If Maori have chosen this as a way of preserving and transmitting their language, and that language, Te Reo Maori, is a taonga, then the Crown has to support that.
So does this mean the future of the language is now safe as long as the government acts? Well, Wharehuia Milroy from the Kohanga Reo National Trust joins me, along with Dr. Rawinia Higgins from Victoria University. Good morning to you both. Wharehuia, I just want to start with you. How significant is this finding for Maori?
Very significant, Rawdon. For a number of years now, the Kohanga Reo Trust has been struggling to engage with its whānau in order to provide the mokopuna, the children, with an opportunity to learn the language. There are all sorts of reasons for that, not the least is that the government has not been able to support Kohanga Reo in the way in which it was set out in the initial stages of this movement, so that if we can engage with government at another level again, then I think that whānau out there will need to be brought in so that we can find out what their thinking is at this point in time, and then take that to government with our own thoughts as to how we can progress it.
Rawinia, what did Kohanga Reo give you that mainstream education couldn't? Because you went through this process, didn't you? This is where you started your education.
In Kohanga,
yes,
or in mainstream?
In Kohanga, from what I understand.
I'd like to say that I was that young.
That's what I was thinking. You must be about 27. Sorry, I've been misled then.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I didn't have the privilege of going to Kohanga Reo, although I did go to bilingual schooling. For me, Kohanga provided an opportunity as a response from Maori communities to stem the demise of the language, and I think that's the context in which we find Kohanga. 30 years ago, elders came together and identified that the way to reverse language loss was to start with our mokopuna and feed the language to them in a organically natural way based on Māori paradigms and epistemologies.
Is this all about the language, or is it a great deal more than that, though?
I think it's ultimately about the language, and how Kohanga has, over the past 30 years, been instrumental in helping to stem the demise of the language, and has been successful despite these policies that have been developed to shift the focus away from language revitalisation. I think Kohanga is heralded as being one of those successful movements.
Wharehuia, looking at the recommendations made by the Tribunal report, it says that the Crown should be informing Māori whānau of the benefits of putting mokopuna into Kohanga Reo and the importance of these programs. Some would say actually it should be a choice. You know, if you choose to take this path, if Kohanga Reo continues to exist, then that's your choice, rather than the government trying to sort of force you into that.
Of course it's a choice, Rawdon. What we need to do, of course, is to tell the Maori people, the benefits of bringing children into Kohanga, and let the parents decide for themselves that it may be something which is worthwhile them putting their children into. But what we're talking about here is the demise of the language. And if we don't provide an opportunity to vest our young ones with that language, then I can see the point in time when we're going to not have Maori spoken at all.
May Chen brought up this morning, Wharehuia, that of course we have to invest in the early education of all our children. So can kohanga reo be provided at the same cost? Does it need to be an extra financial burden on the education budget books?
I agree with May Chen. She said, she used the word reprioritizing the financial costs that are going to be involved. And I think that can be done.
With clever restructuring. Rawinia, do you think we'll hear an apology from the government on this?
I'm unsure how the Crown will respond to this, and so I don't want to preempt anything that the government's response. I think one of the things, just to add on to what Wharehuia has said, is that the opportunity that this report can provide for the government is about resetting some goals around language and supporting language, not just for Māori but for the nation, and how the language is something that makes New Zealand quite distinctive in our place names, in our geography as a people and a nation. And I think that's one of the things that the Crown could look into, realigning its strategies towards the survival of the language, not just for Māori but for all New Zealanders.
Okay, thank you very much to Rawinia Higgins and to Wharehuia, Milroy Wharehuia, the co-chair of the Kohanga Reo National Trust. Rawinia, who doesn't look a day over 27. Thank you very much.